So in my yesterday's video, I spoke about SoFi's institutional buying, and when I was doing my research, I saw some interesting details about a partnership that SoFi created with Mastercard back in November of 2021. Let me walk you through what that partnership means for SoFi and how it can benefit SoFi in the long run. So let me share my screen and show you this one simple black mark you can say on your screen. It's no big deal, but what it means is that on the left is the supplier, on the right is the company. So it basically shows which company is partnered with which other company. And SoFi only has one partner, or SoFi is only getting a service from one partner. That's why I like it. And I've actually mentioned in my previous videos, probably like 2 months ago, that the reason why SoFi is a very, very different fintech and neobank, because they are vertically integrated. That means they have all their services that they need, that they use for their customers within SoFi. That helps in 2 ways. Number 1, the cost is less. Number 2, better return for the members. Same thing is true over here. So if you look at SoFi, they only has one supplier of services, which is Mastercard right here. It's not very clear for a reason, of course, that this is Mastercard Inc. is the only one supplier to the company SoFi. So when I saw this, I remember that Mastercard had announced a partnership with SoFi back in November of 2021, talked about how they will, or Mastercard will partner with SoFi and many other fintechs to launch their buy now, pay later service. Now that was the news that came in November. After that, we know a lot has happened with the company, with the stock, of course, with the bank charter and also whole market condition. This news kind of got lost in the background. So I started to do a little bit more research on it, and this is what I found, and I'm going to share these slides with you. This is really exciting. So Mastercard is launching their buy now, pay later at scale. They have already launched, they're already testing it. Many institutions and many merchants have Mastercard buy now, pay later, but they're going at scale in 2022 in US, UK, and Australia. So right now they were testing, they were seeing how it works, and now they are going to deploy at scale. And in that, they have mentioned SoFi and Galileo as 2 separate entities right under how they will be implementing the service. This is very exciting for both reasons here. SoFi for their consumers, for their members, and Galileo for SoFi's business consumers or business customers. So let's take a look over here. So this is very simple. This basically talks about how they will be launching at scale in US, UK, and Australia, and SoFi, Galileo, and of course, few other banks have mentioned over here. Then they're talking about commercial point of sale transactions, 14 trillion opportunity with targeted solution by segment. And they are talking about how they are going to target the business, small business cards, corporate cards, purchase cards, fleet cards, and then on top, consulting, fraud management, cybersecurity, loyalty solutions, all come with a Mastercard package. And because Mastercard is a credit card company, so they have all these things already built in. Okay, so now let's talk about, in this slide, they're talking about new economy use cases fueling growth. So they will be offering APIs, developer tools, and start paths. So when I saw the details of this particular slide, it makes it very clear that Mastercard is going to implement buy now, pay later service within the app of the neobanks or the fintech or any other customer. So they are not going to be launching their own app or their own service. They will be partnering with all these folks to offer buy now, pay later within their existing apps, which is very important. Consumer retention and of course, keeping everybody in the app, that's why they call it super app, is very important. So if you notice over here, we have Galileo mentioned right in the middle. So this particular news is exciting on 2 parts. Number 1, SoFi will offer buy now, pay later service for its members. And I think SoFi has a real advantage here. Hear me out. So SoFi already has a lot of data. They already have the checking account, the savings account, the credit history of the person, and also the payment history of the person if they have taken a loan or a personal loan or a student loan or any kind of loan in SoFi. So they already have all this information on the consumers. On top now, if you add another service, which is buy now, pay later, which is one of the most hottest trends in 2022 as we get into 2023. Right now, I know it's in deep trouble because of all the market condition. We saw what happened with Affirm. But I think this particular industry has legs to run as we get into more 2022, and when inflation kind of dies down a little bit, when people start feeling good about spending money again, I feel we are going to see a huge run up in these kind of services, especially for companies like SoFi, because they already have so much data and they can make smart decisions based on the data that they have. So this particular news was very exciting in terms of the partnership. The second reason I feel this is really exciting is Galileo right here, because Galileo has thousands and thousands of business customers. And if Mastercard can partner with Galileo, that means with the ease, and I would say within a few days, a new bank or a new fintech service which is offering service to its members can now incorporate and adapt to buy now, pay later. Because see, we all have different needs, right? I mean, you are not going to say buy or use buy now, pay later service to buy a TV, but somebody else might. So I feel partnership with Galileo is really interesting because with just one integration where Mastercard integrating with Galileo, Galileo can offer its consumers, or sorry, its customers more opportunities to adapt to buy now, pay later. So I feel SoFi has revenue streams or two revenue streams from this service. Number one, their consumers that they can offer in SoFi app, which is of course they want to make it like a super app so the person never leaves the app. And this offers another service. And on top, we have Galileo, which is offering or which will be offering to its business consumers. And all of this is coming to fruition in 2022, which is really exciting. That means this year. So I will be actually listening to the earnings call in Q4 because I feel we can get some direction on buy now, pay later if Anthony Noto decides to come out and give more details. But we know that it's coming from Mastercard in 2022 at scale with US, UK, and Australia. So this also kind of offers, now to my point, UK and Australia, this also offers Galileo to be able to go and sell to these markets as well. They already have some customers in these markets in UK and Australia, but we know that SoFi has launched in Hong Kong and they're doing really good over there. So I feel that international foothold or reaching out to the international market will be also a key if they have this Mastercard installment. And look, they're only offering to these markets where we know that there is a strict credit monitoring system, where there is a strict regulation in terms of that. And who else better than Mastercard can have an insight on its members on who is paying on time, who is not paying on time, who to offer the service to, who to approve the service to. So combine Mastercard data, combine SoFi data, I think it's a real good scenario or real good market for SoFi to enter in 2022 for their growth or the growth-oriented company that they are. So there were some comments on my yesterday's video about how SoFi is different than any other financial institutions. And I think the best way to address that is right here. SoFi offers a lot more product than any traditional bank or any other fintech, from trading stocks to saving accounts to crypto to their own ETF and now adding buy now, pay later and any new industry that may come in the space. I feel SoFi has real advantage because they have the data, resources, and an aggressive team to pivot as and when needed. I think once we get out of these market conditions where earnings, fundamentals, or anything else does not matter, we will see a nice run up on the stock, and Q4 earnings will give us a clear path for 2022 and even 2023. Let me know in the comments below on your thoughts about SoFi entering buy now, pay later service, as I know some of you do not like that industry, which is completely fine, but I think SoFi has real advantage here, as I mentioned, with the customer data and also all the insights that they have on the consumers. And if you like the video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like the channel. And we also have a Discord and Patreon. Links are given in the description below. Consider joining for more one-on-one conversations and trade alerts. As always, pleasure to share all of this with you. Until next time, you all have a sparkling day.